Hello, Derbyites. I am Jerry Montoya, aka Chicano1616, and I am here to give you my predictions for the Academy Awards. Let's start off with Best Supporting Actress. My number one pick is Lupita Nyong'o from 12 Years a Slave. She's won the most critics awards. It seems like she's probably going to take home most of the televised awards as well. Probably, maybe. Um, from what I heard, it's a devastating performance. She has a great. I don't know if she. I think she has a great character arc, but she's my number one. Number two is June Squibb from Nebraska. They love character actors in the supporting roles. Um, as as you can see in the like at the beginning of the Oscars, a lot of the character actors, and that's where character actors usually win in supporting. So she's my number two. She's won a lot of the critics awards that Lupita hasn't won, and she's fierce. um, Number three is Jennifer Lawrence from American Hustle. Um, she is just hot right now. I mean, come on. She's probably one of the biggest stars. She's a great actress, but I'm worried about her. I don't think she'll win. And I think if she did win, it would really hurt her career. And there's so much haters right now for her, and everyone has it out for her. So, plus everyone keeps talking about her playing characters that are out of her age range, and I think it's somewhat true. But hey, I mean, girl got to work, you know. So, but I think she's pretty much safe. I could see her winning the Golden Globe, but I don't know if I could see her winning anything else. Let's start with number four. Number four would be let's see. I'm gonna say Julia Roberts from August Osage County. Even though the film has gotten some really bad reviews, I think she's best in show. But there's always a risk that people will see her as a lead. It is a co-lead with Meryl, but they wanted better Oscar chances. Shade there. But I'd like to see her back. I think people give her a hard time because she was such a big star, and I think people just got tired of her after a certain point. But it would be nice to see her back in the Oscar race. Number five is Oprah, Miss Oprah Winfrey from Lee Daniels' The Butler. Um, all I can say about her is that it's surprising she missed the Golden Globes because Golden Globes are like they love the stars and how they nominated The Tourist for awards in the comedy race. I mean, really, no. But I don't see anyone else breaking through except for her, maybe. But it all depends on if they like the film, and a lot of the awards have, you know, a lot of the nominations that come up, and critics obviously didn't like it, and it's gonna really. I want to see if she's gonna win the Screen Actors Guild Award because she's so famous. But I wonder if I don't know. It's really up in the air for that one, you know. But yeah, that honorable mentions. Basically, my sixth place is Sally Hawkins from uh, Blue Jasmine. I think she could make it. She needs a BAFTA nomination, I think for sure, and I think she might get that. But it'd be nice if she got nominated. I think she'd probably kick out. I want to say either Julia or Oprah. I'm hoping Oprah, but I liked Oprah, but it was just basic role. I mean, really. But yeah, Sal Hawkins is the honorable mention there. So let's move on to Best Supporting Actor. My number one slot is, of course, Jared Leto from Dallas Buyers Club. Um, it's such a sympathetic role, I think. I mean, AIDS victim, you know, transvestite. I think it's pretty devastating, and he's picked up most of the critics awards. He's probably going to win a lot of the televised awards, but I worry about him just because he's been gone for so long. People might take that as a bad thing. I don't know, but he's number one for now. Number two is Michael Fassbender from 12 Years a Slave. They owe him. They owe him big time from Shame. He's such a great actor. It's such a ruthless character. I'm not sure it's gonna win. I think I'm gonna agree with what a lot of people are saying that. I mean, villains, yeah, they do good. Like Javier Bardem, of course, won, but a lot of times you have people like Ray Fiennes for Schindler's List. I mean, he didn't win. This could be the same type of scenario, especially he has Jared Leto. Especially since he has Jared Leto as competition. Next up, number three is probably gonna be Barkhad Abdi from Captain Phillips. It, I think it would be a great great. It's a great discovery. I mean, he'll probably end up going the way of people like Miyoshi Yomiki from Sayonara or Shuri Agdashlu from House of Santa Fog, where there'll be one nomination, then zilch, nada, nothing, nothing. So, but a lot of people seem to like him. I think a lot of people think he was better than Tom Hanks in the film. So, number three. Number four, I'm putting Bradley Cooper from American Hustle. I think American Hustle is going to do very well. They seem to like David O. Russell now, and it's kind of weird. I always like David O. Russell. I mean, I loved him since Spanking the Monkey and I Heart Huckabees. But yeah, I think they like Bradley Cooper. They want to reward him. He's a big star, and it'll do wonder for sure. I think. I don't think he'll win, but I think he's in the hunt for it. Number five is definitely probably Daniel Bruhl from Rush. I really loved Rush. I thought it was a really great movie. He is a lead, though. He is the lead. They like a lot of category frauds, but I don't know. Yeah, he's in for now. For now, I think maybe BAFTA will be tallying on if he, if he's gonna make it for the Oscars. Maybe. Where their mind's at. The British block of the Academy Awards. Um, Honorable mentions: James Gandolfini from Enough Said. It's gonna be basically the We're Sorry You're Dead award. I'm sorry that this is your award. We never nominated you when you were alive, so here it is now. It probably has a sweet film. It looks like a sweet film, good sweet performance. Lovable guy, and yeah. But I also could see Jonah Hill getting nominated for The Wolf of Wall Street. It just depends on how that film gets. I don't know how that film was received by the Academy. I don't know how people are gonna sit through like 3 hour film, especially one that was so sort of controversial. But he's also in the running. I could also see maybe Will Forte from Nebraska, or that's about it. Best Actress. Everyone has the same lineup. I have the same lineup as everyone else. So let's start off with number one, of course, Cate Blanchett from Blue Jasmine, picking up the lion's share of Critics Awards, and she seems due for a second win. I kind of like to liken her to Jessica Lange. How Jessica Lange won the supporting role for Tootsie, and then a couple of years later, in the '90s she won for Blue Sky. So that's how I see it for Cate Blanchett. She won her Oscar for The Aviator in 2004, and now she'll win her Best Actress award for Blue Jasmine, 2013 awards. Well, 2014, but yeah, you know what I mean. But next up, I think, is probably Sandra Bullock from Gravity. It has the box office. It has this snap factor, I think. But the sci-fi I don't think it's going to hurt it. I mean, come on. They nominated Sigourney Weaver for Aliens, and, really. But I think she's going to do really good. People seem to love her. She took over from Julia Roberts as America's Sweetheart, so get it, Sandra. Get it! Next up is definitely number 3 is Emma Thompson from Saving Mr. Banks. A lot of people think she's probably the weakest link, considering Saving Mr. Banks hasn't done really well, in the precursor awards. But I think she's fierce. I think she deserves it. She seems to be the best to show in the film, so get it, Emma. Next up, number 4 is Judi Dench from Philomena. They seem to like Philomena. Um, some people bring up those rumors about her retirement, which I don't think is true. She's obviously working still. She's shooting Best Exotic Marigold Hotel 2, I think, right now. But if she almost made it for a Bond film, she certainly will make it for this film. It has the emotional factor. She hasn't been nominated since Notes on a Scandal. I mean, come on, it's about time to reward Miss Judi Dench. Number 5, definitely gonna be Meryl Streep for August Osage County. But I kind of feel like too they could leave her off if they're tired. They take Meryl breaks every now and then, and she's obviously gonna win. People are saying it's not even her best performance, not even close. But I don't see anyone else breaking in unless they really love American Hustle, and they really could give it to American Hustle. To Amy Adams. She's in the 6th spot right now. I think it all depends too on I don't know, maybe a little bit on the Golden Globes. If Amy Adams needs to win that, to show that maybe she has support there. I know ballot's already out and stuff, but it would show that maybe they did see her more than Meryl. But I'd say I don't see anyone else breaking in. I mean, it would be amazing to see Brie Larson. I think it's how you say her name, Brie Larson, for Short Term 12, or Julie Delpy from Before Midnight, or even Adele Exarchopoulos from Blue is the Warmest Color, but they didn't get enough critical rankings to really factor in, I think. So let's move on to Best Actor. Best Actor, I'm thinking, is probably number 1 is definitely Chiwetel Ejiofor from 12 Years a Slave. I think he's won the most critics prizes. It's such a tragic role. It's such, steeped in history. I mean, I think he's got it. I think if he works it, I think he may be the Adrian Brody of this year. It's kind of bad saying now considering where his career is, but I think Chiwetel will do really well, and I think it's really help him out getting more roles. Maybe become higher brand. Maybe they wouldn't go to people like Jamie Foxx or Terrence Howard. They'd go to Chiwetel Ejiofor now. So number 2 is probably gonna be, I say, Matthew McConaughey from Dallas Buyers Club. I really think he might do well on the televised awards. I could see him winning both the Golden Globe and the Screen Actors Guild Award. It's been a long time coming. He started off really great with A Time to Kill, and then he went like through different phases. Like he wanted to be an action star, and then he wanted to be a romantic lead. So it's great to see him, honing his craft and giving great performances after great performance. He's, since his last 2 or 3 years. So yeah. Number 3, Bruce Dern from Nebraska. It's basically the sympathy factor. He's hasn't been nominated since the 70s for Coming Home. He's really working it on the circuit. He has his daughter working it, Miss Laura Dern. It's gonna happen, I think. It's gonna happen. I'm worried though that the film as a whole might not do well. I think it could end up like About Schmidt. You never know how Academy will react, but we'll see on that front. Number 4 is Tom Hanks from Captain Phillips. It's a welcome back nod. He had that big emotional scene at the end from the film, and everyone loves Tom Hanks still, I think, and it'd be great to see him nominated again. 6 nominations, though, but I don't think he'd win. I'm not gonna give it to him again. Maybe in a weaker field, but not now. Number 5, I have Robert Redford for All Is Lost. This one, it's kind of hard to think. He's won a couple critics prizes here and there. He did miss the Screen Actors Guild, but I don't think that was the type of film that would appeal to Screen Actors Guild members because it's basically one guy throughout the whole film. I mean, there's not much there, to critique besides him, and the film as a whole. So I could see him missing. I don't know if they really love him as much as we think. There's a lot of people knocking at the door there. That one's the most contentious category. I mean, you have people like, I think number 6 is Leonardo DiCaprio from The Wolf of Wall Street. I'm just wondering if it came out too late. You also have Joaquin Phoenix from Her. It might be too weird for the Oscars. Christian Bale from American Hustle. I mean, people are getting tired of him doing the whole, lose weight, gain weight, stuff like that for movie roles. You also have Oscar Isaac from Inside, Llewyn Davis. He could definitely make a dent. And then you have also Michael B. Jordan from Fruitvale Station, but that film kind of seemed to disappear from everyone's mouth since it didn't do good in any of the televised nominations. So it's always stronger. Also, Forrest Whitaker could break in for Lee Daniels or Butler if they love the film. That's the thing about it. If they love the film, then it could do very well. I could see it getting Best Picture. So yeah. Let's move on to Best Director. Best Director, number 1 spot is definitely probably Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity. It it was a surprise hit. I think it's a director's vision. Everyone has praised the directing in the film, and I think if they're going to reward Gravity anywhere, this is where they're going to reward it, and I think he might take it. Number 2 definitely is going to be Steve McQueen from 12 Years a Slave. I don't see how he misses. The film is doing very well, I think. So I think it's going to be there. It's going to be there. And he's had some really great films in the past. Hunger. I mean, come on. That was awesome. Next up, probably number 3 is I'm gonna go with David O. Russell from American Hustle. I feel like they want to reward him, but then I think at the same time there's a lot of people who don't like him in the Academy. I think a lot of people like he's worked with in the past probably don't have a lot of great things to say about him, like George Clooney or Lily Tomlin. But I think he's in it for it. He's in it to win, and I think he's up there. He's number 3, I think. Next up, I think is Alexander Payne from Nebraska. He could definitely miss, like he missed for About Schmidt, especially with Martin Scorsese. I think actually I'm putting him number 5. He's number 5 position because I don't know how they're gonna react to Nebraska. So my number 4 would actually be probably Paul Greengrass from Captain Phillips. Captain Phillips has more support than United 93 did, so I think he could ride a really good wave. He won't win, but it'd be really good. So the people knocking at the door: Martin Scorsese, obviously for The Wolf of Wall Street, Joel and Ethan Cohen for Inside Llewyn Davis, and Spike Jonze from Her. They could all make it, but we shall see. Let's start with, and the last category I'm going to do is Best Picture. I kind of feel like there'll be 9 nominations. Right now, I think number 1 film is 12 Years a Slave. I see this might be like an Avatar thing, Avatar Hurt Locker thing. That's how I kind of liken it to past races. It'll need to win something though, I think, and I think it has a really good shot of winning the PGA. Maybe BAFTA, Golden Globe, maybe, but I'm thinking they'll probably go Gravity there. But it's won a lot of Critics Awards. Well, it didn't win Critics Award, the major ones. It won some minor ones, but I still think it's the film to beat. It has a great story, so it's gonna do well. Number 2, Gravity. The box office, the critical acclaim. It's the right snob factor. I mean, it has all the elements. what's holding it back, sci-fi film, obviously, but I think in the end it's gonna do really well at the Oscars, and it could win Best Picture. I think, but I think I don't know. It might win. I don't know. I'm not picking it, but just because I think if they're gonna reward it anywhere, it's gonna be Best Director. Number three film American Hustle. I think it's gonna do really well. Um, it has potential, maybe getting the four acting noms. You never know. It could do that, but I think it's gonna do very well. I know some people like it, some people hate it, but it's gonna be doing well. It's gonna have a high tally nomination rank. So yeah. Number four, Captain Phillips. It just seemed like an also ran, but it should do pretty well. This it's in the top five, I think. Number five, I would think would be that one's hard. Oh god, probably Nebraska. It's gonna do well. I think the nominations. Maybe a great welcome back to Alexander Payne. So I think it'll be there. Number six, The Wolf of Wall Street. I think it's going to do very well. Uh, I don't know if it's going to do very well, but I think it's going to get nominated for Best Picture. It'll be like a Django Unchained type of thing, despite all the controversy and stuff like that and so-so reviews. But I think it'll do well. And then Inside Llewyn Davis, number seven. I don't. I think it's pretty much gonna get nominated. It's gotten really great, you know, critical notices. And then we have number eight is gonna probably be Her. It's won a lot of big critics awards. It's quirky, but I think people will like it. I'll have to put it in there. After that, I think Philomena. Philomena will get in there. I probably think they seem to like it. It has the British contingent that will go for it. It earned a surprise Golden Globe nomination. I think people really like that film, and I think it will be nominated. And if there are 10, the 10th spot will be Saving Mr. Banks, even though it hasn't done well in the circuit. But that's where I see it now. I hope you like my predictions, and thanks.